Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. Now, this episode is all about my thoughts and feelings about my very first triathlon experience. But I'll be honest, I felt like a fish out of water. I had no idea where to go, what to do, how to set things up. I didn't know how much prep actually goes into actually packing and getting ready for a triathlon, getting your bike in the car, getting a backpack, getting your stuff, getting your goggles and towel, all that sort of. So that was an experience. That was the night before. Now, the registration is the same. You go to the registration, tell them your name, and you got goodie bag. And there were two numbers actually in the bag, which I found was interesting. I got my very own swim cap, so I thought that was kind of cool. So now that I'm registered, I didn't really know what to do next. I was looking around for people, but because I was the first person there was no one to follow. So I walked around for a bit, didn't know where the starting area or the transition area was. Luckily, there was some very helpful volunteers that showed me that I had to go around this corner. So I started setting my bike up and asking some questions from the marshals and things like that. And people started showing up and I started asking my questions. And they were great. And they got my bike all set up. And this is what my bike setup looked like. Then it was time to go to the pool. I didn't know if I should bring a towel or should I bring my shoes and then carry them back. So basically it was just me in my shorts, bare feet, my cap on, goggles on. I walked for about 200 yards and there was 3 or 4 people standing there around. I was probably the third person in line to get in the pool for the start of the event. Now, standing in line as people were coming in, the first thing I noticed that everyone else had a tri-suit. I was the only one that was in my swim trunks, no top, nothing. And that was a little bit intimidating. Honestly, I thought they got my 500 meter time wrong, and I was starting with all these elite triathletes. It was a crazy situation. I'd lost all my confidence in myself. Complete imposter, standing here shivering while everyone else is talking about their last race, and it was just crazy. So my name is called. I'm at the starting part of the pool where I'm in. They said get in, and I'm trying to get my watch already, and they said no, get in. So I got in. I was trying to adjust my watch to start the triathlon thing on my Apple Watch, and they said go, and I went, but I got it, just go, they said. And so I started swimming without this started, and I'm like, oh no, I've been waiting to do this all the time. And I'm swimming, and then I get to the shallow end, so I just touched my watch and started going. I didn't know what I had it all set on, so I just started going. And then people started going in the pool. I would do the front crawl first, and then I would do the breaststroke most of the time, and I finished the 500 meters it was, got out of the pool. But getting out of the pool, because my arms were so tired from swimming, I couldn't lift my weight out of the pool, and it looked like I just sort of went on my stomach and I sort of rolled out. It was like so embarrassing. It was like, put the whale back in the ocean. It just, once again, my confidence it was just gone. So I finished the swimming. I moved on to the transition. So I was walking to the transition while everyone's running past me. I see everyone sort of get to the bike and put their shoes on and boom, out on the road. What I did is I had to put my socks on and my shoes on. And because I didn't have a tri-suit, I had to put my shirt on and I had to put my jersey on. And my transition time was, I don't know, probably about 8-10 minutes. Yeah, I need to work on my transitions. But got on the bike. You had to go on this loop 3 times, and I had heard rumblings about this hill. And so I hit this hill, and because I'd never done it before, the hill was unbelievable. I was like on the first gear and just like going really, really fast and not really moving anywhere. How big is this hill? And it just kept getting steeper and steeper and steeper. I didn't know where the end was. Finally, I got to the top. Probably about literally 15-20 minutes I got to the top. Now, by the time I was doing the second hill, people had finished their bike and now starting to run. And so I am out on the hill going really fast, but people were actually running past me while I was on my bike. And that didn't do anything for my confidence. It was, right, last time around, boom, up this hill, still people passing me, running while I'm going up this hill. Done the bike. Now on to the run, the one that I felt most comfortable. Now it's one time around this bike loop that we did, so I had to tackle that hill one more time. The running I felt was comfortable. I crossed the finish line and I finally done my very first triathlon. And I was very happy. There was lots of people around, and I got a medal. Now, they're not really medals anymore. They're like eco-friendly wood things, which I guess if I want to save the planet, but I want a big honking medal. So, what are my thoughts? My thoughts are the prep is very fuffy. Like, it just took a lot of prep, and you had to think of a lot of things, and you had to think of, things you might forget, and this, that, and the other. So I got over that quite quickly. I'll be honest, the hardest part for me was probably the cycling. The swimming was probably the easiest, believe it or not. It was only, 500 meters. I didn't really care about the time. Once again, I just wanted to just finish. But it was quite interesting because of the way it's set up. You're not really racing against anybody. You're just racing against yourself. You are just put in a situation where you have a time to start, and then you do it, and then people are starting at completely different times. So when you finish, people are finishing the exact same time, and people are actually starting while you're finishing. So the atmosphere at the end is something I'm not used to because there's actually people there and clapping for you. Would I do another one? Well, I'll be honest, when I finished, I didn't want to do another one. I thought, okay, I've been there, done that, tick the box. But after a while, I thought to myself, I think I would do another triathlon. I just think I need to prep. I definitely need a tri-suit. I need to work on my transitions. And I think I've got the bug. I think I've got the triathlon bug. I find it very rewarding when you finish, like I do with running. But it's different with triathlon because you've done 3 things that are foreign to you or foreign to me. And it was great. So I'd recommend it. And honestly, if I can do it, you can do it. So thanks very much for watching. See ya.
That's it for the episode. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, comment, and like. Peace.
Peace out. So as usual, I'm here really early before anybody, including all of the organizers. So just going to relax. Everything's ready to go. Let's see what happens. Put the whale back in the ocean.